Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Totally Local Podcast. It's Deja Vu all over again, Yogi Berra. Here we are, back at the OPC.
Cheers.
Totally Local Podcast. Colorful characters, entrepreneurs, local businesses in and around the Jersey Shore area. And if you don't know, we're at the Oceanport Paddle Club, our favorite place to be outside. It's a fact. We're with one of our guests who was here last time. You had fun, right?
Oh, we had a great time last time.
Kevin, how's it going? Caldwell Banker, what's up?
It's going good. Things are going very well. Can't complain.
How many deals we got under the belt since the last time we saw you?
We've got 8 more under the belt right now.
Damn! I put Kevin on the spot because I know Kevin can handle the heat.
We're there.
I know he can handle the heat, and you're on fire, man. That's pretty good, dude.
Thanks, man. Thanks. It's been good. It's been a crazy season.
I think I was telling you guys last time. First of all, Aaron Levine, LG Insurance.
Hey, it's me.
He's here. Keep holding it down, putting this all together, man. Thank you.
So we were here last time. We went for a little paddle afterwards or before words, and then we went and had drinks, and we're like, let's do it again, but invite so many more to join us. So
thank you very
Kevin
much.
And I teamed up with a few other people. We've got Tommy's Tavern and Tap has food here. We've got the Long Branch Distillery, another favorite of ours, mixing drinks behind us. And spiced pineapple. This Bumblebee. The spiced pineapple. Come here, buddy.
Spiced pineapple.
It's live, baby. We're outside.
Seriously, get off me.
Delicious.
He loved it. That's how delicious the drink is.
Andrew, I didn't mean to breathe on you.
That's okay.
But yeah, we've got people having drinks and getting out on the paddle boards and the kayaks, and it's great. We got Last Bite Mosquito as a sponsor, Serve Pro of Eatontown Long Branch, Equity Prime Mortgage, Evident Title, Christopher Dietz from Bonfiglio and Dietz CPA. Who did I miss? I don't want to leave anybody out, but hopefully they're not going to watch this later. I think I got them all.
All right,
I think so. Yeah, I think we're all
I
here.
got them all. It's awesome. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, and Andy Krantz.
Oh, and Andrew Krantz. But he's not on social media, so he won't
okay, he's
ever
not gonna even
Why
see
isn't he
this.
on
He's not gonna
social
know.
media?
See this.
Too
No.
busy?
Crotchety old lawyer.
Those are the best. You got to get those on. You got to get crotchety old lawyers on social media.
He's a good dude.
He's a great guy. Great
dude.
guy.
So thank
Great
you,
attorney.
Mr. Krantz. We appreciate
if you ever see this on the YouTube.
If you stop by at some point today, that'd be great. We'll send you a picture and a thank you card.
If you happen to go on the line and you see it,
Yeah,
you're good.
you happen to, plug into a series of tubes to connect. Oh, man.
Look what's coming. Look what's coming.
Oh, wow.
Ice pineapple for
That's-
Ming.
Is that from
Ming, right back there. There we go.
Steady, careful.
This is Mario.
Thank you. As always,
Mario
epic shouts to
Thank
Ming
you.
Chen,
Thank you,
Shared
Mario.
Universe Podcast Studio. Thank you, Mario, from Long Branch Distillery, right?
From the Long Branch Distillery. We've got gin, vodka, and bourbon. He's got a drink list of like 8 different drinks that he's making. Spiced pineapple.
Is Mark here? Is Mark
Pumpkin
Ilya
spice.
from...
Mark's not here.
He's too busy?
He went on vacation.
Oh, vacation. This
Enjoy
is
your vacation, Mark.
I guess so. I hope he's watching because we got things to talk about. I want to do, like I was telling you before, we got episode 100 coming up, and I need to find a location, and I feel like the Long Branch Distillery, it's open. We could do something with a good amount of people that's safe. We could distance and hang out on the lovely furniture they got there. So I'm looking forward to talking to Mark more about that.
I'm getting sneers and jeers from people that want to go out paddleboarding. So
I mean, let him go.
We're going to go right in the middle here.
Thank you.
Right.
Just put it on the...
Andrew right there.
Andrew, talk to Kevin for a few minutes. Let me
Okay.
find one of our other sponsors to bring in and put in the my hot seat.
I grabbed Jeremy right here.
Put in my hot
you
seat.
guys-
He wants Jason to come with him. I got it all under control.
Man,
You got it. You got it. All right, Aaron's got it. I know.
He's like the ultimate networker, figure-outer kind of guy.
He's the man. He's got it.
We showed up. We put some tents up, and we
Don't be
got
modest.
this whole thing put.
Don't be humble. Don't be modest.
I've
We
got
don't
a
wanna-
great staff, so they take care of everything that we need to take care of in the office.
That's right.
And I can handle everything outside of the office.
Even the which I didn't realize there's like party insurance. What is that called? What's the legit name for it?
So,
I mean,
the insurance guy forgot to buy insurance for the event that we're having tonight. So the insurance guy, Aaron, made a call to the office and said, Josh, do me a favor. Can you put an event policy in place for us? I just want to make sure that me, and our other co-sponsors are protected should a situation arise later, we have a lovely bar here. People are drinking. There are vehicles in the parking lot. Not everybody Ubered. So God forbid something happens and we get named in a lawsuit. We just want to protect ourselves. So we were able to put together a quick event insurance policy for,
Always thinking.
For this. It's a worthwhile expense if anybody's having an outside event, outside of their home, any kind of professional event, wedding, bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah,
something people don't think about.
Party.
That now I will think about.
You want to cover your own ass. Protect it. Protect your own ass first, right?
Boom.
So for $100 and change, we're covered.
I think that's the new motto. LG Insurance. Protect your own ass.
I see new swag coming.
Yeah, perfect.
Love it.
I'd wear that T-shirt. Man, I see that you put that down, and I understand why, because it's a sip and drink.
It's a sip and drink.
You just want to keep sipping on it. It's so fresh and delicious.
It's fantastic. This is Aaron's drink, I believe. That he
Signature?
drinks on a regular
the spiced
basis.
pineapple is my jam at the distillery.
It's so fresh.
It's what Mark brought to us at the Windmill back in July. Is the spiced pineapple.
We've come a long way since the Windmill.
It's my favorite. There was an event at the distillery a couple of weeks ago. I think I had 6 or 7 of these. To say I had a good night is an understatement. But it's all good.
I wanted to start a new segment. If you guys don't know, and the viewers at home don't know, we've been doing some clips, some YouTube clips, some Facebook clips, not live, not podcast stuff, just video clips of upcoming events. Epic shouts to Angelo Gingerelli for spearheading that and working with me to get that started. I've been thinking about doing some real estate clips because, personally, I don't know, I'm a nerd. I'm fascinated by people selling stuff. The market is crazy right now. I love going into houses and being like, just exploring what's there. And epic shouts to the amazing Jimmy Lee, my brother, who he had a rental property in Leonardo, just put it on the market. It sold so fast. It sold so fast that he was stoked. It was like,
great.
I think it was at least 20 thou over asking, and that's the market we're dealing with. And what I saw it online, they posted it, and it was for sale, yada yada. I was like, oh, that'd be so cool to be able to do a video kind of in the house, talking about the house, talking with the agent. And when I called my brother to see if we could do it, he's like, oh, it already sold. The agency put it up on Facebook today, and they're too slow because it sold already. Isn't that crazy?
That's the market that we're in.
Yeah, you're seeing that everywhere right now. No matter what town, if it's a good house, good neighborhood, priced right, the houses are going in a matter of hours, not a matter of days, not a matter of weeks. It's hours.
Yeah, it's wild. And he's happy because, he owns a few properties. He had this property. He put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to it. And he was just like, all right, I'm done with this property. I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you have a property like that, now is the time, in my opinion. I'm not don't take too much advice from me, especially about real estate. But if you have a house and you're thinking about getting it, unloading it, it's I'm not bullshitting.
This is where Andrew asks for subscribe now for $9.99. I'm going to give you all the real estate tips.
The real estate course you need to know. Sign up for my OnlyFans. It's not just for sex. You can get advice from me. I'm going to start an OnlyFans. I'll give you guys advice.
I would sign up for that OnlyFans.
That's right.
Is it on sale this week?
It's a discount starting now. Sign up now. Get in touch. 20% off, 50% off, depending on who you are, what you do, what you can get from me. We could do some barter. Are the barter saves people here, or they didn't make it?
I do not see any barter saves.
I want to talk to those people. Who you talk to some people here, so that like to wax poetic on the mic, or
let me grab Michelle. When you talk to Michelle, ask her where she's from.
I will. If I can't tell by the accent, I will definitely ask her. So Kevin,
Andrew,
what do you got for me? What I've been asking the agents I talk to is like, I know it's all hot, everything's selling.
Sure.
If people want to move to the area, I'm obsessed with Whiting. Is that the place to go? I've been looking. The more I talk about it, it's like a snowball effect. It just grows and grows. I was looking it up, and I really need to do an on location to really study Whiting.
What Whiting is? Yeah.
Oh, is that the town to move to? Hello.
Hello.
How's it
It's
going?
definitely a town to move to. Yes, I would agree with that.
Is that the only place to go? Is there anything left?
It depends on what you want to spend. There's plenty of stuff left, but it's where your budget takes you.
Where your budget takes you.
But I think there's still some great opportunities depending on what you're looking for, what you want. I would definitely sell right now. We're definitely in a seller's market. So,
boom.
If you're looking to move to the area, give me a call. We can discuss what the best opportunities are for you in the area.
So that's perfect. There you go. Call Kevin. Call Will Banker. He'll tell you what's going on.
Perfect.
We have a brand new guest. This just in. Right here. Boom. Michelle.
Yes, I'm Michelle Ravelli, Director of Business Development with Evident Title.
Oh, right on.
So here I am. So pretty much backing up from what Kevin was talking about. I obviously caught the last portion of it, but with the market right now, it's insanely busy.
It's
as we all
booming.
know, especially down here in Monmouth County.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of people relocating. I feel like every single day we have a closing with somebody relocating from New York or northern New Jersey that we were talking about earlier. Just want more space, a yard.
It's not much more space,
Pool.
but it's a little more space. If you want a lot of space, go to Ohio, people, okay? If you want a little culture, come here. Speaking of culture, I noticed you have a slight accent. Where are you from?
North Carolina. I was gonna say, or if you want a lot more room, you can go on down to North Carolina.
I see. North Carolina.
Yes.
It's beautiful down there. Temperate weather, friendly people. Kind of the opposite of what's here. What are you doing up here with all these people that have attitudes?
Well, I've been here for 4.5 years.
Uh-huh.
I came here, my husband's from here.
He tricked you.
So, well, Monmouth County's great though.
It is. Well, I'm still here, so can't be that bad.
Hey, I'm still here. And I went through with the wedding, and I'm 6 months pregnant.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. But yeah, no, I think it's
Wait,
great.
6 months. I'm doing the math. That's a pandemic surprise?
Not really. So I got pregnant in like March.
Uh-huh.
So that's pre-pandemic right there.
The life cycle of my pregnancy is pretty much on par with the life cycle of this pandemic.
Okay.
So, not for nothing, I guess silver lining, it was a convenient time to be pregnant.
That's right.
Because stuff like this,
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that, coincidentally, for whatever epic shouts, Jeff Plate, Asbury Park Brewery, he knows what I'm talking about.
Yes. I know a lot of pregnant people right now, so
that's great.
It's a convenient time to be pregnant. Stuff isn't really that fun, to do. I did see Kevin Hart last weekend.
Oh, you did? Where?
Blue Grotto. In Monmouth Park.
What night did you go?
I think I went Monday night.
Okay.
Yeah, I went Monday night on Labor Day.
I was there Sunday. Great time.
Okay.
Great. He was fantastic. No, they did it right at the restaurant, the beer garden.
They did it right at the restaurant.
And it was phenomenal. What a great show.
How many people was that?
It was insane because
they fit 300 in the venue.
That's
completely.
wild.
So it was a very intimate show to see Kevin Hart. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it was like the most basic
He sells out
stage.
stadiums.
The stage was probably like this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was like a simple stage, and then you have Kevin Hart up there. But I just laughed.
I mean, comedians are dying to get back out there, so anything they could do to get back out and do it, that's so cool.
Well, he was saying that's the only place that's offering like that type of thing right now. So I guess Monmouth County's the place to be, real estate wise, comedy wise,
absolutely,
everything wise.
Yeah, we're talking to
use Kevin to find you something, and then I'll do the title on it. The closing.
So what is that like?
Michelle work very well together, so definitely give us a call.
When you say do the title, because I'm an ignoramus in most areas of life, including doing the title, what is that like? What does that process mean? Like if somebody's trying to buy a house, where do you come in?
So I come in after attorney review. So typically, you go under contract, and then you go into your attorney review. Everything gets worked out, and then you're officially under contract.
Okay.
At that point, they do home inspections and everything, and then they order title once everything looks okay.
So you're like the last line of crushing people's hopes and dreams and getting their dream home. It's like you'll find something, like there's body buried underneath the house, and you find it. Like what do you do?
Well, no, we look more for if there's any liens or anything like that against the property.
That makes
just
more
to make
sense.
sure everything's cleared, so that when the new owner takes the deed to the property, there's nothing sticking to it that's going to attach to them and be a lien or a financial issue for them later on.
Is there any kind of warning signs so that people don't get their hopes up? Like I know back in the day, a few years ago, my dad was trying to buy a house, and he was looking at this house, and all these kind of problems came up at the end, and it just kind kind of fell through. Is there anything people could do, like warning signs of like something to look at? If you look at like the owner of the house and they're like shifty looking, you know, is there something to look for to be like, this guy has a severe gambling problem and we gotta look into this house?
Oh gosh.
You know, if Tony Baloney owns this house, we gotta see who he owes money to. You know,
I
something
wish it
like
were
that.
that obvious, but it's not. But that's why you want to make sure that you're working with a good realtor, a good attorney, and a good title company, because stuff is missed if you're not working with a strong team that partners up together and can really do the proper research. You know, our staff, we have 40 people on staff, a few different offices throughout the state, so many years of experience.
Yeah.
So you really want to make sure you're working with a qualified team that's going to get you to the closing table and make sure everything's clear. So when you move into your house, all you have to worry about is decorating, or, you know.
So people could like pop out of the woodwork. You say you close some other horrible title company who's working with you. They didn't know what they were doing. Obviously talk to Michelle, because these other people just are dullards. You know, people could be working to get a house, get the house, and then somebody knocks on the door and says, guess what? Guess what, a-hole? You owe a bunch of money. Like, is that something that can happen?
It can happen, yeah, because somebody could have had, you know, work done to their house 5 years ago, never paid it. Let's just say a renovation, you know, they might have $25,000 that's a lien on the property or more. You know, it could be anything. And, you know, then there's an issue.
Is there a way to, like, say something, there's a lien, so let's just say there's a lien for like something like $20,000 on the house. You find it, people are excited. Betty, George, they want to move into their house. They're having a pandemic baby. They're excited. And then boom, you find a lien. Somebody, you know, wants their $20,000. Is there a way of like renegotiating, or how does it work at that point? Excuse me. It's caught on camera. That's, trust me, that's not
well, yeah,
no,
that's where
external...
everything gets worked out on our end to make sure that gets cleared up and off.
Could you work out like a deal, like if you're going to buy the house and they find something like a lien or something like that, to where they knock off something off the price, or how does that work if a lien comes into play at that point?
I mean,
it just goes all back to the drawing board?
Not necessarily back to the drawing board, but it would just have to, the lien would have to be cleared.
Right.
It wouldn't really come back to negotiating the price of the home.
Okay. All right.
I mean, if somebody wanted to be able to negotiate it to try to work it out, you know, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, look, anything's possible, right?
Anything can happen.
So if someone comes back and says, hey, look, there's $50,000 in construction liens that are there, we don't have the money to do that, and the buyer steps up and says, hey, look, I'll cover that, but I need this reduction here or change here.
Yeah.
And there's definitely ways you can work that out.
Yeah.
But basically, you need to work with a very professional real estate agent like Kevin, and Kevin's got to be working with, because do you work with the person that's buying the house, or are you working with the real estate agent? Who are you?
The buyer is our client. That's who we're protecting. And the real estate agent or the attorney is who will reach out to us to order the title. Typically, if you are working with an attorney, the attorney orders the title.
Okay.
In some circumstances, you know, people won't use an attorney, which I never advise to not use an attorney.
Yeah.
You should use an attorney. It's the biggest purchase of your life. I would think you would want legal representation.
Yeah, you would.
You know,
come on now.
It's about a $1,200 fee for, you know, your home. So
peace of
it's
mind.
worth it.
Right.
Yeah, for your peace of mind.
Yeah.
So
I picture, like, is it something where, like, I see like NBC, CSI, Law and Order type of show, where it's like a lot of dramatic music, a lot of jump cuts, and you're like getting to the bottom of something because people are like hiding this information. You got to like uncover it. So it's basically like you're a detective solving crimes.
exactly.
Okay, that makes sense, right?
No, she's...
All right. Man, there's so many like parts and pieces and machinations of like what you have to do in order to buy a home. And if you don't have the right people, if you don't have the right real estate agent, if you don't have like, you know, the right title company to work with, you could get epically screwed. And people aren't really, like, we're in New Jersey.
Yeah, people can.
So people are kind of not nice all the time. It's not like we're in North Carolina where people are all sweet and smiling.
Well,
you know?
to your face.
Yeah.
It's not always the case. Sometimes, you know, it's like, oh, they'll give you a smile as soon as you turn around.
They're like, oh, do you know what she did? Oh, man. Oh wow! So, what do you, as far as in all seriousness, obviously I love New Jersey. I'm still here. I'm not trapped here. You know, I'm not here at gunpoint. I love New Jersey, and I do a friggin' podcast about Monmouth and Ocean County. So yeah.
So you have to.
So what would you say? Moving from the South to New Jersey, like what are some of the pros, or what are some of the things that you've noticed that were maybe pleasant surprises as far as like what you've encountered here, aside from like wonderful people like me? What else have you kind of discovered?
Well, I think here, you have a lot more at your fingertips, a lot closer. So like North Carolina is a large state, everything's very spread out. I feel like here, you can go to the Highlands, hop on the ferry. Pre-pandemic and soon enough post-pandemic, hop on the ferry, go into the city, go out to dinner, go to a show, do that type of thing very easily. It takes no time at all. And then there's just a ton of different things to do. You have the beach. Everything's so close. So I think having a lot of options of different things to do, kind of at your fingertips.
I hear you.
Is one of the main things. What would you say, Kevin? What would you say one's best things about living
Best
in?
about New Jersey?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Or
Why
my
are you still
family.
here, Kevin? Why didn't you run?
Yeah, I've run many times, to be honest with you. I've been in Florida, I've been in North Carolina, I went to school down at Elon College, I've been in Pennsylvania, and I always
That's
come
right.
back.
I forgot you went to Elon.
Yeah.
I went to NC State,
I keep
Wolfpack.
coming back. Hi, Colleen. Hey, Scott, how are you? Same time. Very good. I keep coming back. It's besides the family and the friends that I have here, it's the location we're at. Like I said, you have the beach. You're an hour from New York. We're an hour and change from Philly. An hour from AC. 2.5 hours to
convenient.
Baltimore. 3 hours from DC. We can be
And I love
anywhere
DC,
at any
so, yeah.
time. So it's amazing. And the people are amazing here. Whether or not you have an attitude or not, or you
It's
take
just
what
people
it
are
is.
more to the point.
Exactly.
I
Not
like that.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I could say, pleasantly surprised too. It is. People are to the point, but I feel like it's not necessarily like the attitudes and stuff that,
No.
get the stigma that gets attached to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At all.
So
Exactly.
and it's
People look out for each other.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people too, like out of towners coming in, they see like they come in through Newark Airport and they see all the factories and they're like, oh my god, but they don't see the beautiful, like places like lovely Oceanport.
Exactly.
Are you gonna go paddling? Is that
Well,
safe?
Well, I'm gonna kayak.
Okay, that's safe.
Because I feel like that's a safer option.
Yeah,
for,
definitely.
For Maine,
Yeah.
little babe.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know boy or girl? Or
Girl.
Oh, see, my wife didn't want to know. I had a child back in December, so I missed
What was
It was a boy.
what was the birthday?
Oh, December 6th.
Okay.
Yeah.
My due date's Christmas Day, so we'll see.
Oh wow. Yeah, ours was Thanksgiving, and everyone was like, "Oh, turkey," blah blah blah. I'm like, no, but how's it going? How are we doing?
Good. We're going to add some
How's he taking?
new people here.
I think everything is going.
All right, cool.
I got another
Fantastic.
spiced pineapple.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Sorry, honey. What's going on with Michelle?
Well,
Talk about baby. Talk about baby.
We've talked about babies.
Yeah.
We've talked about
I
North
missed everything.
Carolina.
I'm
We've
too
talked
busy.
about title. We've talked about.
There's nothing. There's
You're
nothing.
Getting the right team together with Michelle, Aaron, myself, and a great lawyer, and we can
Should we knock on that lawyer again because he's not here? Andy Krantz, where are you?
oh boy, Andy, where are you, Andy?
Christopher Deeds.
So do you have like you got like a nursery? You got all the stuff picked
It's
out?
in progress.
What colors you going with?
All watercolors.
Oh,
Yes,
pastel.
So very bright, very happy.
gonna get
Take a
over
hot seat.
Yeah.
Andrew,
So
thank
I
you,
like
Michelle,
it.
as always.
Thank you, Kevin.
You
See,
too.
I'll talk to you guys in a few. Evan, there you go.
I'm getting the bit.
I mean, no, you could chill. How do you want to switch? You want to get in here?
I'll let Chris, or who's taking?
Yeah.
Who's coming in? What are we doing here?
Coming in. Chris
I love
is coming
it.
in.
It's live.
We're rotating two in right now.
Yeah,
We're rotating two in.
Nice meeting you, Michelle. If you guys need title stuff,
Two in.
Get in
I'll
touch with
bring you
Michelle.
one. I'll bring you one.
What was the name of your company again?
Evident title.
Evident Title. It's evident you need to be working with Michelle, obviously.
What kind of beer do you want? What beer?
A lovely Asbury Park blonde, please.
A blonde. You like blondes? The bald guy loves blondes.
Who knew?
Cheers.
Going.
How's it going?
Doing well, but yourself.
Well, I'm doing pretty good. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
What's your name and occupation?
Christopher Deeds, CPA.
Ah, wow. this is a guy that you need to talk to. Obviously,
crack it because,
that's a huge part. We're talking to real estate agents. We're talking to title companies.
I don't want to put down my martini.
Working with a CPA. How does that work with like an insurance company? How did you get involved with working with Aaron? How does that tie into real estate? Tell us your story. Where are you from?
So, working with Aaron started. I'm controller of a hospitality company. So obviously, insurance premiums based off sales and all different things. So when it comes down to it, it was how good are your books? Your business can only save as much money as the quality of your book. So what really boils down to is I always work with Aaron, see what we can do to reduce premiums without doing anything wrong. So it's not even all just taxes, it's making sure you're spending the right amount of money on all other expenses as well.
There's significant pressure from the top down over there as well. So it's great, and Christopher's so easy to work with. It's awesome.
Mr. Beach, it's been a while.
Hi, how are you?
What have you been up to, man?
Not enough minutes in the day. Crazy, crazy busy. In fact, I was just telling somebody I was in my car, my laptop right before this event started at 4 p.m. So yeah, it's been out of control for the last 5-6 months. So
when was the last time you were on? I saw you at Watermark. Did we do one? A Zoom one after?
Couldn't get into the Watermark.
Couldn't get into the Watermark, and
live. It's an exclusive
me. And this is.
And I'm like, can't get you in. It's 1 o'clock, and we're drinking a bottle of tequila.
Yeah, but I've been on the ones that are 8 in the morning where I'm having coffee zoomed at my house,
practical.
So this is the first one. I feel honored to be at a regular time with.
I'll drink.
Cheers.
Cheers. I feel honored to be at a regular hour at a happy hour event. So I'm happy to
all right, let's
be a
switch
sponsor
Evan
here.
out now. Evan's got to go back to his vehicle and close some more loans because of this market that we're in right now. So Evan's got a busy week. He had a golf day yesterday, another golf day with me on Thursday.
Which we were sponsoring, by the way.
Golf
it wasn't
day,
like, hey,
busy week.
Busy.
I'm not paddling.
You work till 10 o'clock at night. Your wife loves you.
Absolutely.
You're not dressed for a paddle.
Tax day, 9/15.
Is it?
I was gonna wear shorts to the office, but meeting with clients, signing tax returns, I don't think they would appreciate the shorts though.
No,
It makes me feel bad because I dress like this to work almost every day.
Gotta do what you gotta do. So, basically, what have you? Has this whole pandemic been kind of? A lot of
Unbelievable.
people.
It's been unbelievable.
Like crazy.
It's the full accountant and an attorney employment act between the PPP, other SBA programs, making sure everybody's good to go and getting their government grants. Excellent. Also, just helping the regular small business budget cash flows. Make sure, 6 months from now, will they be able to support their payroll without laying people off?
What are some recommendations you have? People are going through this. Obviously, they've been through a rough patch. This fall, we don't know what's going to happen. What are some tips or things you could tell small businesses or people to do in order to kind of prepare for the unknown?
One, maintain liquidity. The biggest mistake I see small businesses make is they make 10 grand, they pull out 11 grand. Always keep at least 3 to 6 months of liquidity to carry your business no matter what. Other than that, it's not just a pandemic thing. Pictures of receipts. When you get audited, pictures of receipts are key. You don't have to keep the paper in shoe boxes and shopping bags.
Just use your phone and take a picture of it?
Every month, take a picture of your receipt. Once a month, slide it over to your iCloud account, label it in a folder, and you move on.
Sounds so easy.
It sounds so easy, but nobody does it. That's like telling my wife to organize her email. I go into her email and it makes me I get anxiety because there's 20,000 unanswered emails in there, all spam, all kinds of stuff.
Wow, you guys trust each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, she might have a secret email account. This is the one that she uses for bills and stuff. But that's good. Maintain liquidity. I like that.
Buzzword.
What as far as the PPP to me is this magical unicorn. You're hearing a lot about it, early on. But where's the PPP? What happened to the PPP, guys? Is it still out there? Are people?
So they're not accepting any more applications.
Okay, that sucks.
But it was great. I saw a lot of businesses actually get rescued by it.
Small businesses?
Small businesses.
Okay, good. Because you hear about all these big corporations coming in and blah, blah, blah. But,
$175 million of PPP money have already been clawed back by the government through fraud.
Wow.
A couple NFL players.
Interesting.
Wow.
Do you have names? Do you have names?
Businesses.
I wish I did. I didn't prepare enough for this. But no, the PPP was really great. You know, it really helped a lot of small businesses, hair salons and barber shops. I think are my biggest client who was helped by it. A few bodegas, but right down to your local construction company who keep people on payroll, landscapers,
The restaurants.
Are there people that
Restaurants.
you've worked with where you're like, yo, PPP, and they're like, no PPP, and you're like, yo, PPP, and they're like, all right, what do I got to do? Are there people that you've kind of been like, you know, Yoda to, where like you kind of led them down a path and like taught them how to like lift an X-wing out of the swamp? Like, are there people that you've actually helped kind of bring to the PPP to understand what's going to happen in order to like, have you saved people's businesses? Basically, is what I'm asking.
I'm already ghost Yoda. My clients already trust me. I've already proven myself. What I say goes.
Nice, perfect.
So at the end of the day, when I said PPP, there was no PPP. It was, all right, what do we have to do?
I love it. I love it. Ghost.
And how can I plan for this?
Look at that.
Yo, what's up?
Special guest.
It's another AA Ron in the house. How you doing, bro?
Oh man, that's great. I mean, that's wonderful that you're helping out. That's you know, it's really, if you're in the area and you love this local area, you're working with people, you know people. Obviously, Aaron, he's networking with people, and it's so good to hear that like local businesses are kind of being taken care of, and local people buying homes, you know, are being taken care of. Evan, you're helping people out, right?
All the time. Yes, sir.
What are some of the pitfalls you've kind of been helping people avoid lately? The market's hot, things are jumping around. What have you been telling people to do?
It's I mean, you hit the nail on the head. The market is beyond hot as far as it being a seller's market. So somebody trying to purchase a property, basically the validity of their pre-approval is huge right now. And Chris mentioned liquidity, so really coaching them along as far as it's a balancing act because you have to have strong offers to win properties in this environment. But people come to me like, oh, I have to put 20% down, or I have to put this down, I have to put that down. I'm like, well, that's gonna deplete all of your assets, all of your savings.
Yeah.
Why don't we do this? And why don't we put 10% down? And you have mortgage insurance, and coach them through, which is really our kind of niche in the market. Is we're very hands-on, and we have clients for life. We're not trying to turn and burn mortgages and just get somebody in a house and have them mad at us that they bought it.
Yeah, there's definitely the repercussions people got to consider.
Absolutely.
What's the deal like? So now people are coming in, big wigs from out of state, wherever they're coming from. They're coming in with briefcases of cash and being like, cash offer. And like some Joe Blow working class guys trying to get a home down in Jackson, and some mystery man comes in with a giant briefcase full of $100 bills. Like, where does that come in? Like, as far as a mortgage, like
We don't like those people. We don't like those people.
I mean,
we do not like those people.
Borrow more money.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
it's not like it seems kind of, and as is life, it seems a little unfair to kind of, you know, come in with that kind of
Well, yes and no. I mean, normally, like, if somebody's coming in with a cash offer, typically it's going to be a little bit more lower and a little bit more aggressive because of the, because it's a cash offer, and they'll may potentially waive an appraisal or do this or do that. But yeah, I mean, it's very tough. I mean, it's been a crazy seller's market, and I have dozens and dozens of buyers who have consistently been disappointed where they thought they had the property and somebody will swoop in with a better offer. And even in New Jersey, it's an attorney state, so somebody could have a contract in place and be an attorney review and have somebody come in and offer another 10 grand.
What is an attorney state? What does that mean?
Typically, most transactions in New Jersey are settled through real estate attorneys.
Ah, okay.
So that's why so you're not technically not under contract in New Jersey till you're out of attorney review.
Ah.
So somebody can.
So tense.
I know. So they could still leave it on the market, accept other offers, and it's wild.
So
That's why you need a good attorney that gets you in and out of attorney review quickly.
No
especially
doubt.
in this market.
No doubt.
Exactly. So, like, if people are coming in with these cash offers, they're not looking for their forever home. These are people that are just kind of hucksters coming in to like flip a house.
Not necessarily. I mean, flipping is tough in this market because if you have bids that are driving it over asking price, to try to turn around and flip that property is going to be very difficult. Most of the flip houses are going to be ones that are virtually knocked down or need to be completely rehabbed.
I hear you.
So a lot of the ones that there's multiple bidding offers on are, I don't want to say move-in ready, but are functioning, so it's more so the issue became everybody, and I was just having this conversation over there, was everybody is now coming down from North Jersey, from the city, from Brooklyn, from Long Island, wherever, and they don't want to live in a congested, crowded area anymore. They don't want to live in their 2-bedroom apartment, and they want land. They want to, all of a sudden, I call it suburbia being cool now.
Yeah.
So everybody wants a backyard. If God forbid we get stuck inside again for another month or two, people want to have a home office, so, and that's the other thing too, people can now work from home, so they can work from anywhere. So they're like, you know what, screw it, I might as well buy a house in Monmouth County, a mile from the beach, and do that. So and that's been the issue. But they're coming down, and a lot of them are a little more affluent than the average wages here, so they're offering more money. Sometimes it's cash, and that's been made it very, very competitive.
They've been living in a city paying way too much. It's basically a garbage city. Let's be honest. I mean, there's no sunlight, there's no yard. You're paying like so much for a little walk-in closet to live in with your family.
Man.
And they're coming down here and they're saying, "Hey, look at all this space. Hey, I gotta live here. So I get it, and I respect that.
We love where their money's
Easy
going.
on North Jersey. I'm from
Wow.
No, North Jersey. I'm talking about New York City. I'm not talking about.
Christopher's main office is in Staten Island.
Oh, well, I love Staten Island. I was going to talk about
They have
Staten
yards
Island.
in Staten Island. I'm not the problem. We're part of the solution.
So my cousin posted a story on Instagram the other night. I think it was Sunday night, driving back into the city from Jersey because they live in Manhattan. And the squeegee guys were out.
They're back.
They're back. The squeegee guys are back, hustling, like cleaning your windshield with newspaper and spit in coronavirus. I mean, it's fucking amazing.
They're getting Corona all over your windshield.
That's the sign of the pandemic being over.
So the hookers union is reorganizing, and
Well, they're helping out herd immunity. That's what they're going for right now. If we just spit on everybody's
Herpes
windshield,
immunity,
everybody
you mean.
will get it, and then everybody will be fine.
They should just ask for money and be like, if you don't give me money, I'm spitting all over your car. And
pay you not to touch my windshield.
Exactly.
Please leave me alone.
Exactly. So
Collection basket. Stand on the sidewalk.
to help out people that are trying to get their forever home, they're saving up. Like, what are some things that you recommend? You got a two working family, household. They're both partners are working. They got a couple kids, and I would imagine it would be good to talk to somebody like you. I would also imagine that probably a lot of people don't until it's kind of too late. So what would you recommend if people are like looking to in the future save up? How do you go about doing that and making sure that you can compete with these people swooping in and taking stuff?
Well, my number one recommendation whenever somebody talks to me about buying a home, speak to a mortgage broker.
Okay.
I mean, number one, a lot of times people think broker, they think dirty word. They have visions of the 80s and, boiler rooms. But to say, oh, well, I do my banking with Wells Fargo, so I applied for a Wells Fargo mortgage. I do my banking with Chase. I applied through JP Morgan Chase. And I say, no, talk to a mortgage broker, because you might not be the ideal client for Chase. You might be the ideal client for, I don't know, X bank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So by working with a mortgage broker, they'll help you get approved, get a good rate, and it might be a better rate than the bank you work with.
Yeah.
Like Equity Prime Mortgage.
That's it.
That's done 3 loans for me on my own house.
There you go.
Run a lot of money through.
Mortgage
He's running a lot of money
helped
through.
out a couple of my clients
I think
get
Chris
better
needs
refis.
Chris from OPC needs a refi also.
There you go. Yeah.
Other than that, the best thing you can really do is, review your own spending. A lot of my clients say, well, I can't afford that right now. But then you look at their monthly budget and, well, $1,500 a month on Gucci shoes and Louis Vuitton belts, when that's 10% of your income.
Yeah.
You got to cut that out if you're trying to make
That's crazy.
a mortgage payment.
Wow. I was thinking like too many, like, oh, you're buying, you're going too many bagels. You should eat at home. I didn't realize people were like buying Gucci bags and being like, why can't I get a home? And it's like, well, stop buying the Gucci bags.
We just put an Amazon ban on in my house. We'll see how long we'll see if my wife or myself breaks it first. But
A lot of people.
we went on a spending freeze, and we'll see if it lasts a week, 2 weeks or longer,
It's
but
so
I
easy.
give it like 3 days.
It's so easy now to just go on your phone and boom, boom,
Click.
boom.
I'm
You know?
fairly certain I have 2 or 3 emails from Amazon confirming orders since I've been sitting here.
My
So-
happy nappers are arriving
Right, I
tomorrow.
can guarantee you.
I said we just start sending Amazon packages to Aaron's house and watch the world burn. Who ordered this?
Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah.
Mr. Talcott, you need another happy
I'm
drink?
gonna finish my naive
finish your drink?
melody just in case.
Oh,
my,
the naive melody. We like that one.
Yeah, I love that. So, you know, it's got a hint of ginger. Epic shouts, Jeff played. I'm still waiting on that rap song. You haven't sent it yet, but you know,
We heard a story.
I don't know if he's going to. I don't know if he'll ever talk to me again. But you know, I had a good time at Asbury Park Brewery. Always a good time.
Oh,
I
we
love
have a new
doing
guest.
this.
We have a new guest.
Oh, hello, sir. What do you have to say?
Don't pee on it. Don't pee on it.
He's like, that's not food. I don't want it.
Are you looking for a mortgage?
So today was the end of the extension. Is that
For small businesses, yes.
So what are you doing here? You should be like, I guess you're like, you know, you're the CPA, so
Proactive.
you're all ready, you're all set.
I'm proactive with my clients.
Ah, man, that must be great. Yeah.
Well, it's great to be proactive, but the problem is when the clients aren't.
How do you talk them off the ledge when they come to you at like midnight and they're like, I can't do it. What am I gonna do? Like, how do you walk them through? Like, is there breathing techniques that CPAs know, or some yoga poses to relax? What do you do?
Set their expectations is the biggest thing. So I don't really try and let people come at midnight on the 15th. A month in advance. I wouldn't say it's lying. It's constructive coaching. Your stuff's due next week. You know, you got to get it in.
Yeah.
So by the end of September, they're still gonna blow it, and they'll get it to me a week or two out. But that's really what it comes down to. Coaching.
So basically, you avoid the maniacs. Like if somebody comes to you, it's like a warning flag. You're like, I can't. Like, is there is there other like CPAs where you recommend you're like this is a red flag and you recommend to send them somewhere else?
Well,
Like
it's funny actually. There was a firm on Staten Island closed down, and this tax and somebody came to me before the COVID and said, "Well, I want you to do my taxes." Okay, can I have your paperwork? I don't have any. What do you mean you don't have any? Well, I just used to go to this guy and he would tell me what I was getting back.
oh man,
Those are the type of people who get referred out to others.
Yikes.
But really, other than that, it's all about coaching. You know, I don't see myself as providing a service much as a coaching service. Here's how we're going to save you money. Here's how we're going to get your life in order. And here's how we're going to make sure that next April, you're not cutting checks and panicking and canceling your family vacation. You're already ahead of the problem. You have the money saved. You're ready to go.
Wow.
And you're penalty free.
that's like incredibly on like a supernatural. It's like supernaturally like practical. You know, it's like practical to the point that's not even human. You know, I love that. I mean, you must get glowing reviews from your clients all the time.
I do.
All right. How can people get in touch with you? Not the maniacs, but like the good people that want to like save money and buy a home someday. How do they get in touch with you?
They can shoot me an email, chris@bdcpatax.com.
Boom.
Go on our website, bonfiglioditecpas.com. Or if you're looking at this live, I've actually been on your podcast once before.
I thought
Right at the beginning of COVID, actually.
was it a morning Zoom podcast?
It was definitely a Zoom.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if it was morning.
It's one of those coffee ones.
Guests hate those.
It was really during quarantine, so all the hours kind of blended together.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
I was sleeping, waking up.
Oh man, the good old days of quarantine. I remember that.
Yeah, but pretty much any way possible. We have offices in Red Bank. If you just Google my name, we come right up.
All right, are you sure? Because sometimes people Google names, and I've had people come to me and be like, "Look, my name's coming up, and I need somebody to fix this because it's not good." So, all right, Google it up, or play it back. We just told you where to get in touch with. I can't say enough that people really need. If you're trying to get a home and you're trying to save money, like these are two very important people that you really need to talk to in order to like figure this stuff out. And it's not something where, oh, I want to get a home tomorrow. This is something where it's like, hey, I want to plan for the future. At least you guys have like kind of pointed people in the right direction. So you might not have the exact answer, but you said earlier, like, oh, well, if you want to do that, you got to talk to a mortgage professional. So that's some great advice.
I'd say the biggest thing you also have to remember, and Evan, you can definitely testify to this, is nobody wants to pay taxes.
That's true.
Until they buy a home, and you look at their tax returns, and it's how much did you say you make? Because this is not what it says. So paying taxes is really buying purchasing power, and that's one of the things I always remember my clients is, yes, it's not where you want to be, but it will put you in the home you want to be in.
Yeah. Wow, man. There's so many things to consider. God.
The ever constant battle of what are you claiming versus
exactly
how much you want to save in taxes per year.
People are trying to be sneaky.
Oh yeah, believe me, I see it all. Like I made $400,000 last year. Cool. Oh, but I only showed 45. Like okay, well you didn't make $400,000 then. Then
you get the angry phone call. I didn't get approved for my mortgage.
Yeah.
Well, you claimed all these expenses. What do you expect?
Yep.
So it comes to a lot of you got to get a lot of your ducks in a row, a lot of paperwork, a lot of things figured out. You can't just enter this blindly. You have to really kind of obviously plan. You have to plan.
I would say tax preparation isn't done after year end. It's done in June, July, August, September, October, November, December, leading up to year end. You get all your ducks in a row, like you said. You make sure everything is in line with your goals, and then you're ready to file.
Okay, all right. It's good stuff. I love it. Aaron.
Yo.
How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm still here.
Yo.
You want to bring some more sponsors on? We ready?
Sure. One of those squeegee guys over there if you want to bring him in.
Hey, squeegee guy.
He's willing to spit on you and clean your forehead if you need it.
Might be a smudge on the camera.
John Majeski,
Yeah,
calling John Majeski.
Here we go.
Who's giving up their hot seat for the Surf Pro guy that's going to disinfect everything when we're done with it.
Nice to meet you in person.
Likewise.
You guys talk to Chris if you need any CPA advice. There he is.
Why don't you go put a bathing suit on? Let's go on the river.
Since we last had you on the podcast, this is John Majeski from Long Branch, Eatontown, Surf Pro.
Surf Pro,
right?
Eatontown, Long Branch,
There we go. I had
Surf
it
Pro,
backwards.
Hackensack, Little Ferry. Yeah.
There you go.
Branching out all Jersey.
I've been I don't know if you've been on TikTok, guys. It's a wild ride. and somehow I ended up on.
How did this go to 16-year-old girls dancing on a video camera?
Wait, that's like illegal for a little while? We were not supposed to do that?
That's what Trump
That's
says.
what makes me want to do it even more. I'm a man of danger. And I ended up on, it's not just like choreographed dance TikTok. There's a lot of different TikToks. There's marketing TikTok. There's real estate TikTok. There's also like post cleanup TikTok.
Oh, well, I should be there.
You should, because there's some we got to
need
talk.
some good stuff though.
Yeah,
we need some juicy material to put on that.
Literally juicy material. There's some scenes I've seen that I can't unsee on there, and it really opened my eyes up to I salute you, sir, because I had a guest on who was telling me he's worked for like a Surf Pro in the past or some similar company, and how and I think we've talked about it last time you were on there. It's like you have to be on call because these things can come up at any moment, and it could be like a small or it could be like a pretty intense scene of a cleanup.
It's 24/7. It doesn't stop. It doesn't happen just 9 to 5. So if people call you, we've been out Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. You're out there. Then we had a call last night. We actually went to Delaware for COVID.
You went to Delaware?
Cleaning. We went to Delaware. We traveled the tri-state area in Delaware.
Wow.
So it's when people need you, you got to go. They can't wait until the morning. Business still has to operate. Everything's got to move.
What was going on in Delaware? Was it like a you can't really get into it, but was it like a what kind of situation were we in?
Well, it was a COVID. Some people had COVID, and they needed to have the business disinfected before it opened the next morning.
So how did you, when all this was going on, you're kind of like, Batman, you kind of jumped onto the scene and kind of pivoted to make sure that you could cover this stuff. You've obviously, we talked about it on the podcast before, but you obviously knew how to obviously disinfect a whole area. Yeah. But I imagine that the majority of your calls at this point were COVID. Was it mostly 80-20, mostly COVID calls about people wanting to clean stuff up? Has it shifted in that direction?
So when everything happened, in the middle of March, most of it was COVID. A lot of it was what they call precautionary cleaning, and then confirmed cases. But now it's a mix. Our normal business picked back up. up, our fire and water damage. So we're doing a little bit of everything. But COVID definitely has.
It's a piece of the pie now.
It is for now. And hopefully, they come out with a vaccine and we don't have to worry about it anymore. But for the foreseeable future,
you'll still need to be there cleaning the shit out of everything. If somebody has COVID in a building, one guy walks in and sneezes, and it's like, oh crap, they got to shut it down and give you a call to make sure that it's not only making sure that it's disinfected and cleaned. There's like a peace of mind to that.
And that's what it is. You have to make sure your employees, your customers are safe. So if you have people that have coronavirus, you can't open up the business and treat it like nothing happened. You have to go in there, clean it up, and make it like it never even happened, like as they say with the Serpro tagline.
So I don't know how much detail you could get into, so I can maybe turn this into a yes or no kind of a situation. Right. But I have seen through these TikTok videos, there was one that was pretty gross. It was like an older man. He fell over. He expired, and he was sitting there for days to where he melted into the floor.
Okay.
Are these the kind of situations that you're coming across in certain at certain times?
So what I always tell people, that's a serious situation. What I always tell people, if it's dirty or nasty, we clean it up. So fire, water, mold, and we do biohazard. So, that is a service that people need, and that's something that we do as well.
Do biohazard. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You've seen some pretty intense scenes, I would imagine.
We have, yeah.
Very intense. And in that situation, say something like that happens, somebody has expired, they were down on the floor, their mail slot.
Did everybody just tune out already?
No, this is when they're all tuning in, man. The mail slot.
This is what we want.
Yeah, the mail slot is all jammed because the mail hasn't been picked up. The neighbor on
Hold on, let me share this live. Hold on, don't go. Slow down. Hold on.
The dog. They got the
it's like the CSI version of the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for. This is it's 3 floors down. They're like, I think something funny's going on. Something smells weird.
That's what happens.
It takes a week, and then finally, I would imagine the first people that show up are either EMT or some kind of law enforcement to knock on the door, and then they're it's the captain, and he's got a rookie there, and the captain's like, all right, break the door. Yeah, he's like, break the door down. He's like, I don't know, and he breaks the door down, and then the rookie just immediately just vomits everywhere, and then you got to clean that up too.
We do, yeah.
You go in, and the body is just melted to the floor, and I imagine that I don't know, EMT, coroners, the police in some fashion have to pick up the actual parts of that, and then you have to come in and
Did you see this on Law and Order or something?
Oh my God.
I'm just
where he's going with this. I'm about to go paddle. I hope I come back.
I gotta go.
And then you gotta come in and secure the perimeter and make sure it's all taken care of, right? You come in after everyone's screaming and everything.
Exactly. So the police department comes out, the coroner's out there, removes the body, and it needs to be cleaned up. You can't leave that there. The family needs to be able to enter the house, renters, whoever it is. So we come in and clean up everything.
And the smell comes out of if it's on wood or something.
And insurance covers it.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Do you have to cut? Do you have to cut pieces out, or
yeah? Sometimes we're not just coming in there with a mop and mopping things up. We're removing building material. Sometimes we have to seal surfaces so odors don't come out.
Yeah.
And we got to clean the HVAC system so when the AC or heat comes on, you don't smell anything. So it's a very in-depth process depending on how severe it is.
Well, cheers, man. I'm glad that you get time like this to relax, because I salute you.
Happens every once in a while.
Because that's when I just pack it in.
We need another drink after that one.
We do. I need a martini.
It's a good thing I've got another spiced pineapple coming.
That was great.
Don't relax too much. You never know. Somebody might be expired in a house somewhere. You might have to take care of it.
It might have been 2 weeks and they're sitting there.
Got people for that.
And that's fine if they're sitting there and it's the winter, but it's still kind of warm out. So you got to really be careful with that kind of stuff. So anyway, if you need a mortgage, talk to Evan. If you need your house disinfected from COVID or dead bodies, then
if it's dirty or nasty, we clean it up.
That's great, man. That's so good, man. What's the best way people can get in touch with you?
So the best way, you can call us at our main number, 732-578-9888. You can go on Google+. You can go on Facebook, Serpro Eatontown Long Branch.
internet, phone number, whatever works for you, works for us. You
All
can
right,
touch
perfect.
24/7.
Well, John, thank you so much for like. I never know. How there's certain questions I want to ask, but you never know how many. How far down the rabbit hole you could go.
You went far down the rabbit hole.
Somebody's got to do it.
You can always go deeper.
All right, Aaron, get over here, man.
Hold on.
I didn't do it.
Don't spill anything.
All right, do we have any more guests?
We do. We have Jason and Jeremy from Last Bite Mosquito and Total Home Pest.
Oh man, I got questions for these guys.
These guys are gonna
Thanks,
sit.
guys. Cheers, buddy.
Thank you, man. Cheers. Evan Beach. Thank you very much. John, Serve Pro. All right.
We've got Margot. Margot's the one that actually runs the show. So
You're absolutely right. Margo is
Margot's the real boss.
Last Bite. What's up, guys? Introduce yourselves.
How you doing? I'm Jason.
I'm Margot.
Hello, Margo.
I'm Jeremy.
Hello.
Jeremy, how's it going? Wow, the whole gang's here. What's the name of your company? Last Bite?
Last Bite, yes.
Last Bite Mosquito and Tick Control.
Man, I don't know what it was. I don't know if you guys noticed it. I hope you guys noticed it because, mosquito and tick control. But in the last few days, the weather shifted and these mosquitoes started coming in. We have all the windows closed. They're sneaking into our house, man. Like, how do you prevent, obviously you call these guys, but like, what are some precautionary measures that you guys take in order to make sure that the perimeter of your household doesn't have any of these disgusting mosquitoes coming in, biting you, giving you malaria? Ugh. What do you do? What do you tell people? People call you up and they're like, I have mosquitoes all over my face. What do I do? What do you say to them?
We tell them that we're happy to come treat their property and that perhaps they should close their doors.
Okay, close your doors, people. I live in an old house, though. There's a lot of crevices and cracks and stuff.
Well, another thing they probably should do is make sure that their gutters are clean, make sure that there's any standing stagnant water around the property. But yeah, the next thing they should do is definitely call us.
I had a couple of buckets outside. It rained. Now, if I have those buckets and they're full of water, even if it's a small, bucket, could that like bring in a lot of mosquitoes? Are we talking about like you need like a giant tub of water?
No. A water cap full of water after a few weeks could breed 1,000 mosquitoes.
Oh my God. Huh. What about bats? I hear that you get some bat houses. Like, you guys come in, spray it down, just destroy all the mosquitoes. But like, is there any kind of preventative bat houses, or aside from like getting rid of all the water, is there some kind of like iguana or some kind of animal that you guys sell that could just come in?
So you want the organic bat to eat the mosquitoes?
Bats eat mosquitoes along with many other insects. So they're not going to rid you of all your mosquitoes.
So what do people do? Like they're riddled with all kinds of diseases because of these disgusting mosquitoes, and they want to get rid of them. They live in like some, they live in Jackson or some swampy area, and
or like Oceanport or Monmouth Beach, or
what
these other swampy areas that we live in.
What's the first kind of steps? Do you guys come in, like evaluate, assess? Like what do you do in order to?
So that's part of all of our application. So our technician goes to the property, they do a walk around, they look for and scan for any kind of breeding grounds, standing stagnant water, and then we use a larvicide in any of those areas if we can't flip it, and then we treat with our adulticide, and then that lasts for 21 days.
You said adulticide? That sounds like people are murdering parents or something. What does that mean?
John Majeski back in?
Is that organic? Is that legal? Adulticide.
These guys are great. They've been treating my yard at my house for years, and I live in swampy Monmouth Beach.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, half of my yard is a swamp, and my kids don't have mosquito bites.
Do you find that, like, that's great? That's good to know. How could, first of all, before I go into another rant, how could people get in touch with you to get rid of these disgusting bugs everywhere? Ugh. I hate mosquitoes.
Well, they could call us.
What's the number?
I'll give you Jason's cell phone number.
Okay, perfect.
It's 866-742-4887. You can visit our website, lastbitemosquito.com.
And they're tagged on Instagram and everything that we're doing tonight here at the OPC.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
They're all over it.
When's the perfect time to, the dead of winter, obviously those stupid mosquitoes are just dead and they're not around. But as soon as it gets a little warmer, like when do you recommend people giving you a call to just eradicate all those disgusting, disgusting mosquitoes?
We start our treatments April 15th, mid-April, and we treat until October 15th. But also, an important thing to consider is we don't only just do mosquitoes, we do tick control also. And ticks right now they're all over the place.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. You don't have to tell me. I didn't even get into the disgusting ticks. I was so focused on the mosquitoes.
You need to hire these guys and put them on video when they show up with the jetpacks.
Yeah.
Like they literally show up with a jetpack on their backs and they just start spraying the shit out of your yard.
But now
and it's amazing.
This isn't
and then
some
the
kind
mosquitoes
of
go away.
This isn't some kind of what's I can't inhale. Like if I inhale this stuff, this adulticide you're spraying, sounds like it's gonna kill me because I'm an adult. Is it safe? Like when you spray
Our products are so diluted.
Okay.
The tick collar on your dog is more potent than what we're spraying.
right. And along with that, we also have all natural products as well for people who are concerned about
wusses, weaklings that don't want to just destroy all these disgusting mosquitoes that are just invading your home. Ugh. Oh man. So all right. So back to April 15th. You got to give you guys a call for the mosquitoes. But these ticks, which carry I guess the mosquitoes carry diseases too. But the ticks, Lyme's disease. If you get bit by that, you got all kinds of problems. There's all different kinds of ticks. None of them are fun. They get on your dog. They get on you. They get on your kids. How do you go around and is it like a fogger? Like how do you treat an area for ticks?
So it's a similar product to what we're treating mosquitoes with, but instead of it being a mist sprayer and treating the foliage, the bushes, and the shrubs, we're targeting the perimeter of the house, the mulch pits, the mulch areas, the wood lines, the tree lines, and we're focusing on those areas with a granular pesticide.
What about if my dog gets out and starts like eating some mulch? Is he gonna die?
No, he's not. And it's like a sand. It's a very fine granular.
All right, good. And what happens? The ticks like eat this stuff instead of like biting on
They
people?
crawl across it and it kills them.
It messes them up. All right, good. That's good, man. That's good to know. I don't know. I didn't feel like I would feel like so much peace of mind by sitting down and talking to you guys. But I feel a lot better. You haven't been in my house yet, but I'm gonna give you guys a call because I'm petrified. I went into we have a bathroom downstairs. We got these buckets outside full of water. I noticed them after the rain. To be quite honest, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I need to clean my gutters. So I'm not going to lie about that. It's confession time. I go into the bathroom downstairs and I see one mosquito. I see another mosquito, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I understand starting April 15th is a good time to start. Now, how long would that treat my house? How long would that last for?
Our treatments last 3 weeks.
Okay.
So every 3 weeks we come back out. There's 8 treatments, and you can start really whenever you want. So if you really want, you can call us tomorrow.
I got rid of the buckets. I hope the cold weather will just destroy the rest of them. But it's so disturbing to you're sitting there, you're buttering your bagel in the morning, and then all of a sudden you see this mosquito flying
Again,
by.
close your door, dude.
I live in a farmhouse, man. There's holes everywhere. Trust me. We get all kinds of. There's been bats in my house.
Well, okay, so
birds.
let's talk about the bats.
Okay.
We have a guy named Ray.
A bat killer?
A bat killer. And there's only certain times of the year when you can kill bats.
Well, we don't kill them,
We don't kill
Margo.
bats. We
don't kill bats.
remove them from.
I kill bats.
We
kill
won't.
those bats.
We won't kill bats. We will remove them from your house safely, so they can't come back
AKA,
in.
that's basically, we're going to break its neck in the back. You won't see it.
No,
You'll feel
no,
better.
no, no.
Oh, look, it flew away. You just fling it into the woods.
We are all animal lovers at our company, so we do
bats
not.
are vermin, but that's okay. All right, that's very nice of you. I'm sure there's people at home that want to save these disease-ridden animals. I appreciate that. If if a bat gets into the house, you'll remove it. It's not like you're gonna fog a house to make sure the bats don't come in.
Right, definitely
So
not.
people could call you in the middle of the night. You know, my wife. Okay, so a bat came into our house through the chimney. My wife was not helpful at all. As you can imagine, she screamed, she hid under the blanket, and there I was trying to catch this bat. So instead of me spending the 3 hours I spent trying to catch this stupid bat, I could just call you guys.
You can call us.
You would call our sister company, Total Home Pest Control.
Right. So,
Right, the ones who are sponsoring this event, actually.
Okay.
Right. So Total Home Pest Control would be the company call to remove your bat.
Do you find that now? I was telling this earlier. My brother just sold a house in Leonardo. It was right near Earl Naval Base, and I don't know what experiments they're doing there, but he had the most wretched mosquitoes there that would like bite you and it would hurt. They were big, and it's like, you know, I live down in Shark River Hills where the mosquitoes are a nuisance, but they're not like deadly. Like, do you find that there's like certain places where the mosquitoes are just like hulked out and like ravenous?
I sense
like,
a challenge here.
Is there places where they're like stronger and larger? Or
Well, there's different species of mosquitoes, and it could have been an Asian tiger mosquito, or Culex pippin mosquito. It could have been.
Do certain mosquitoes like this, like, oh, the Asian mosquito it's like their turf?
Asian tiger mosquitoes are more aggressive, and you could actually feel their bites more.
That was what it was then. It's near Earl. I'm sure they were doing experiments. But then
Right throughout the entire day.
Oh God. Is it true that like if a mosquito bites you, like they got little tiny mosquito stomachs, they're not gonna come back. Like they fill up their stomach and then they just rest for the rest of the day, right? Like what happens to the mosquito after it bites you? It's gotta be satiated, the tiny stomachs.
Well, they don't feed on you. They use the blood to reproduce.
Oh Jesus. So what does that mean? Where are they?
Well, only female mosquitoes bite.
Female mosquitoes. So, okay, they bite you to reproduce. So then, where
They lay their eggs in water, and then the eggs turn to pupa.
What are the you know? Can you spot, like, are they really really tiny and you can't see them? Or these eggs, if you go into a bucket, you could be like.
So you can see them in a bucket. You'll see they're called wigglers. You'll see them wiggling around the water.
Oh my God, you guys are doing the Lord's work, because mosquitoes are disgusting.
Thank God for these guys to keep those
seriously.
disgusting mosquitoes out of my yard.
Oh man, so what do you recommend? April 15th, you come in, you just start annihilating these mosquitoes, and then as far as the ticks, that's like an all year round treatment?
Our last treatment for ticks tends to be mid-November, and then once the real cold weather sets in, it really depends on the winter. If it gets cold, then we could hold off until February, March, and then we start up again.
Has there been more, and I'm sorry if I'm chewing your guys' ear off, but I'm just fascinated by ticks and those disgusting mosquitoes and how to eradicate them. Like, it seemed when I was a kid, it was a simpler time. The Good Humor ice cream truck was outside, people were playing outside. Now you got all these disgusting mosquitoes and ticks. Like, it seems like there's more ticks now. Am I crazy, or is the tick population kind of taken over Monmouth County?
It is. Yeah.
It's gotten worse,
It's
right?
gotten worse, absolutely.
What could we do? Aside from like fogging, like what do we have to sign a petition? Like what do we have to do to get these mosquitoes and these ticks under control?
I think ticks have become a lot worse throughout the years. I'm not sure about mosquitoes. The Asian tiger mosquito, I think, is more frequent.
Is that like an invasive species, like a gypsy moth? Like where it came in, there weren't like I would imagine.
Right, they came in from Asia on tires, I believe.
Seriously?
I think that's how they came here. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Goodyear. God. One more thing we could chalk up to your ignorance. Ugh. Man. So okay, so you get treated, and is it something where it tapers off, or are you immediately annihilating the tick population on somebody's property? You know, you come in for a couple
No, it's
treatments?
impossible for us to completely eliminate any insects on the property.
But you could like really reduce the amount.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I salute you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming here today.
Yeah.
Has there been? Obviously, we're near water. Is this like a troubled site? Have you seen any? Do you have like a keen like sixth sense when it comes to mosquitoes now?
No, we actually treated this property about 2 weeks ago.
Boom! I haven't seen any disgusting mosquitoes.
That's why we're great. That's why we're great right now.
Well, thanks, guys. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
Last bite. I like the name too. Who came up with? Did you come up with the name?
I did not. That's all Jeremy.
You did the name?
Ah, yes.
That's good. That's good. Last bite you'll ever see, because those friggin' mosquitoes are going down. Oh man. All right. Well, thanks, guys. This is wonderful. Any more shout outs? And you want to reiterate any kind of phone numbers or how anybody can get in touch with you?
Margo, anything?
Well, I would suggest that that you guys call us, especially you, at 732-338-0808 for your mosquitoes and ticks.
Okay.
And for general pest control, which we do all year long, 732-938-3232.
Like squirrels and stuff getting in the house? Because that happens too.
Squirrels, mice, bats next month, bees. It's bee season right now.
Termites.
What about wasps, man? I can keep going. I'm sorry. I don't know if anyone's still watching this, but like I have wasps. Like they're basically building a condominium like outside of this window. Like that's something I don't want to mess with a wasp, right?
Somebody help this guy out, please.
Yeah.
Like seriously, Margo.
It's literally a 100-year-old home. Like we're getting a plaque put on the home.
Margo, I'm going to text you Andrew's phone number.
That's fine.
And
I'm going to send somebody to your house tomorrow, Andrew.
It's going to be quite a bill. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on. It's like Noah's Ark of disgusting animals, vermin, and insects.
We're happy to help you, Andrew.
Thank you very much. Thanks guys. Thanks for putting up with me. You know, I didn't know you guys. I feel like I just went through a therapy session. I had a lot to get off my chest. All right. Well, if you guys have any disgusting animals or vermin or insects or anything going on, please get in touch with these guys, and they will destroy them. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks for setting this up.
Sweet, man. I'm going to sit back down for a minute. I need to sit after that one.
Thanks, Ed. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, last bite. Get in touch.
So much fun. That's it, man. We went through all of the sponsors for tonight. Like, we sat with everybody, I think. I hope we didn't miss anybody, because then I'll feel really bad.
Thanks, Aaron. That was, like, titillating. I got a lot of stuff going on there.
Ming, how was the food? Ming, you want to grab a mic?
Really good. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Do you want to jump on the mic real quick?
Grab a mic and come sit?
Before we wrap up?
It's not a shared universe experience without Ming on the mic.
Just real quick. I know you're busy and you do this all
how
the
was
time.
the food, Ming?
Food is great. Thank you so much.
I didn't get any yet.
You're like a bride at a wedding, like you don't eat. Yeah, you should eat something. It's very good. You paid for it, right? So somebody paid for it.
Man,
I didn't pay yet, but I will pay for it. Yes.
You've been busy. You're at Bellworks today.
I was at Bellworks.
It looked beautiful.
It's amazing. We gotta get you over there. On the roof deck is spectacular.
Is the roof deck like on the top,
well,
or is it in the back?
It's actually in the back. I'm not really sure why they call it a roof deck, because it's not exactly on the roof. But
the scenes were beautiful, and they had that whole
above
fire
the parking
pit.
lot.
It's in like it's in the opposite side of like you where the front
as long
door
as you're
is.
not on the asphalt, you're on a roof.
Yeah, it's kind of beautiful. It's picturesque.
It's a great place to podcast, which I think Totally Local should get in over there.
I want to set that up.
Yeah, let's set it up.
With a shared universe podcast studio, anything's possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know where the secret Ethernet cable jack is.
It's in the good streams.
Yeah, it's totally hidden from it's because all the nerds over there, so they don't want anyone to access it.
What was the podcast you were working on today?
It was the Dreamcatchers, Jamie and Marissa.
Epic shouts.
Yeah, the Kay Klein Stozer, and they interview luminaries and movers and influencers and shakers around the area, and it was a packed house today. It was fun. Well,
nice.
Not packed, not like unsafely packed.
Yeah.
But
well, it was outside.
It was outside. Yeah, it was awesome.
Well,
it was awesome.
Can we get a live shot before we wrap this up of the beautiful crowd that we have here, Ming?
I think so. I might have to move some things around, but I don't. But we can.
Well, we have Rita taking pictures, so we'll be posting a lot of
yeah, this is a great crowd.
looking at our 50 or so guests, socially distanced distanced and socially responsible drinking martinis from the Long Branch Distillery and beer from the Asbury Park Brewery.
Epic
and
chef.
food from Tommy's Tavern and Tap. It's pretty awesome what we've got going on.
We got a lovely fall. We got a lot of wonderful events coming up, and I think Aaron, you did it. Congratulations!
Thank you.
Thing.
Networking works.
Where's the next happy hour?
It's like what's next? Who do we got? I know Matt Williams over there wants to come on. I know we wanted to interview a divorce lawyer because there's some fun, juicy stories from COVID.
Oh yeah.
But we got to find a next happy hour spot.
Perfect.
So we'll,
all right,
we'll do it. This is great.
Let's wrap this one up. Let's hit the theme song and get the heck out of here. Aaron, thanks so much for putting this together.
Thanks to you. Thanks to Ming.
I had a great time talking. Obviously, thank you, Ming, a Shared Universe podcast studio. Guys, if you don't know, and if you don't know by now, it's Totally Local Podcast. It's Monmouth and Ocean County's premier podcast for all the most wonderful, interesting, lovely businesses, entrepreneurs, and colorful characters you'll ever want to meet in this area. And if you have any questions, hit me up. Totally_local_podcast on Instagram. Just search Totally Local Podcast on Facebook. You'll find us. TotallyLocalPodcast.com. Aaron Levine, LG Insurance, thank you so much for setting this up. Everyone, have a good night. And if there's any mosquitoes out there, screw you. We're going to come and get you. Cheers. Cheers.